Hello friends, welcome to SuPrabha Academy's MPSC courses in English medium. It gives me great pleasure to launch another batch for combined Group B and Group C exams, in English. So everywhere we go in Maharashtra, these batches are conducted in Marathi. But what about those students who have done their schooling in English? So for them, we have got this special English medium batch. ही आपली English medium batch असेल ज्याच्यामध्ये notes, material शिकवणं हे इंग्लिश मध्ये असणार आहे. ओके, थोडं बायलिंग्युअल पण जाऊ आपण, पण मुलांना वाचण्यासाठी जे मटेरियल आहे, जे पीपीटीज आहेत आणि क्लासमध्ये जे शिकवलं जातं ते सगळं इंग्लिशमध्ये असणार आहे. फक्त एक मराठीचा पेपर आहे, त्याचा फक्त तुम्हाला अभ्यास कसा वेगळ्या पद्धतीने करावा लागेल, दॅट आय लेट यू नो. Okay, so this is for Group B and Group C combined exam for the post of PSI, STA, and what other further posts I'll let you know. Okay, so this Group B and Group C exam for the first time is being held in English. Okay, now what are the different posts which are available under the Group B and Group C exam? This is very important for you to understand. What are the different posts which are available under Group B and Group C? The different posts which are available under Group B are PSI, STI, ASO, Assistant Section Officer, STI, State Tax Officer. STI previously was also known as the Sales Tax Officer, but now with the incoming of GST, we have the State Tax Inspector exam. Then SRIS, that is Sub Registrar and Inspector of Stamps. These are the Group B post. For Group C, under Group C, you have the Technical Assistant, Directorate of Insurance, Excise Sub Inspector post, Industry Inspector, and you also have the Clerk Typist and the Tax Assistant post. For these two posts, skill is also required. The typing skill is also tested for these two posts under Group C. So these are the different posts for which MPSC is going to conduct the combined Group B and Group C exam. Okay, the prelims and the mains is going to be the same. Only thing is that wherever there is certain deviation from the interview or the physical test as is required for police sub inspector, I will let you know. Otherwise, these are the different posts. So now, what is the exam pattern for this post? What are the exam pattern? Under Group B, please remember that it is only for PSI. It is only for PSI that you have got 4 stages. But the PSI la 4 stages. Okay, so it is only for PSI that you have got 4 stages. You have the prelims, you have the mains, then you have the physical test, and you have the interview. So you have the prelims, the mains, the physical test, and the interview. So these are the 4 stages for PSI. Rest for other exams under Group B, be it STI, ASO, SRIS, you just have 2 stages, that is the prelims and mains. So for the Group B posts, only PSI is going to have 4 stages. Rest of the post, for rest of the post, you just have 2 stages, the prelims and mains exam. Okay, Group C. Under Group C, for the Technical Assistant, Directorate of Insurance, Excise Sub Inspector, Industry Inspector, again you will be having just 2 stages, that is prelims and mains. But for the Tax Assistant and Clerk Typist post, you again have prelims, mains, and you also have the skill test as with respect to the typing. Okay, you also have the skill test. That means you will have to appear for a separate typing exam for these 2 posts. So again, for majority of the posts, you have prelims as well as mains. Only these 2 stages for majority of posts, except for PSI and Tax Assistant and Clerk Typist post, wherein you have extra stages for this post. Okay, so what are these stages? So prelims, mains is being common. Prelims and mains is being common. So let us understand the syllabus, the pattern of the exam for these posts where prelims and mains is common. Okay, so let's move further. Now, one thing which is very important for all of you to understand, and very important, that it is only this exam, the combined exam, that you have objective papers for both prelims and mains. So prelims and mains both will be having only objective papers. You have multiple choice questions. As you are aware that now Rajya Seva MPSC Rajya Seva exam has now shifted from mains being objective to mains being subjective. So under MPSC, if you want to become officer, this exam still has got objective papers. Okay, prelims and mains, they are both of objective type. So it is a boon to the students, and you definitely get results for this exam if you stay focused and you get the right guidance. Okay, in this exam, you can definitely clear this exam since the prelims and mains is both objective. And if you look at it, majority of the posts, they will require only prelims and mains. Okay, one of the cream posts is PSI, where you also have the physical test, which is of qualifying nature, and you have the interview for 40 marks. I'll come to that. Okay, so let's first understand what are the different stages. Prelims is common for the 3 exams, also known as a combined prelim exam. Marks 100 marks, questions 100 questions. It means one question carries 1 mark in prelims, and there is a negative of 1/4. There is a negative of 1/4. What does 1/4 negative mean? 1/4 negative means that if 4 questions go wrong, the marks allotted to 1 question would be deducted. So over here, the marks allotted to 1 question is 1 mark. So if 4 questions go wrong, 1 mark would be deducted. That is the meaning of negative 1/4. It means that if 1 question goes wrong, 0.25 marks would be deducted. If 2 questions go wrong, 0.5 marks would be deducted. And if 3 questions go wrong, 0.75 marks would be deducted. And the cutoff for prelims, it varies for all the 3 different posts. So if you sum it up, what is the prelim exam? 100 MCQs. So these are all MCQs. 100 MCQs for 100 marks. 1 question carries 1 mark. The level is graduation. Now this is very important. हा भाग खूप महत्त्वाचा आहे. एक्झाम मध्ये जे क्वेश्चन छापले जातात ना, in the exam, whatever questions they are printed in the exam, they are both in English and Marathi. Okay, so it is irrespective whether you are studying in English or whether you are studying in Marathi. Fine, because the questions will appear in both the languages. You just have to tick mark the right answer on the OMR sheet. This is an MCQ test, objective type test. So whether you are reading the question in English or in Marathi, it's irrelevant. Okay, you have to tick mark the right answer on the separate OMR sheet. So it has now become easy for the English medium students to crack this exam, provided you get the right guidance and the right material. So please remember, this exam is in both English and Marathi. The same question is typed in both English and Marathi. That is very important for you to understand. Duration 1 hour. So in 1 hour you have to solve 100 questions. In 1 hour you have to solve 100 questions. Now this is very tough nut to crack, I would say. 60 minutes and 100 MCQs. Okay, in which you will be having 15 to 20 questions based on aptitude and numerical ability. 15 to 20 questions. So out of 100 questions, if you get 80 questions on general studies and 15 to 20 questions on aptitude, it means in 60 marks, literally in 60 marks, you will have to have a very high precision, accuracy and speed. So the only guru mantra to crack this exam is precision and speed, because you will have to devote time for the aptitude questions. One aptitude question will definitely consume your 1 mark or so. So in the remaining time, you'll have to solve all the GS questions. So precision and speed, that is important, which you'll get through practice. Practice करायची, practice करायची, practice करायची. Through practice, you will get that precision and speed. 60 minutes, 100 MCQs, not a joke. 60 minutes, 100 MCQs. Okay, you'll have to be very fast. You'll have to be very thorough with the syllabus. Revision तुमचं जास्त झालं पाहिजे, so that immediately looking at the question, you get the answer. The answer clicks in your mind and you just tick mark the right answer and move ahead. If you have to think for the answer, you are going to spend time, you are going to waste time over there, and that might consume 2 or 3 questions in the end, which might be simple. Okay, so precision and speed is very important. Objective type, nature of question is objective type. Moving ahead, what is the syllabus for prelims? Okay, now you have got 8 topics or 7 topics. We can divide it as 1 and 2. Okay, first is current affairs. Current affairs, chalu ghadamodi, whatever is happening around you. Okay, with respect to the state, with respect to the nation, and also the international news. Okay, that is current affairs. Second is polity, that is the constitution. Okay, our constitution, everything about how this country is governed, how it is administered. Okay, what are the laws, what are the institutions, what are the organizations responsible for the administration and the governance of this country. Fine, and more focus would be given on the local self-government. Okay, so that's polity. History, definitely you have history of modern India with special reference to Maharashtra. Now, one thing you need to understand that is that history as such, they are going to ask you history only about modern India. Modern India is with the advent of the Europeans and how as a nation, we as a nation fought against them, and what was Maharashtra's contribution to it. So parallelly, what was the condition state in Maharashtra, that you'll have to understand in history. No need to go for ancient medieval history for combined exam. Combined exam history, only modern history. Fine. Then geography, you have to know the geography, physical, social, economic geography of world, India and Maharashtra. So you'll have to know geography of world, India and Maharashtra, more so about Maharashtra. Okay, since it is Group B, Group C exam concerned with MPSC, so they will be asking majority about Maharashtra and rest about India and the world. That is the geography part. Then you have economy, which is again divided into Indian economy and the state economy. Okay, so you'll have to study what is happening at the national level with respect to the national income, GDP, GNP, then the industries in the nation, the poverty, the inflation, the unemployment scenario in the nation, okay, the agriculture scenario in the nation, the banking scenario, everything. And also you'll have to understand about the state economy with respect to the budget, okay, the outlays of the state government with respect to different sectors, and what is the contribution of different sectors to the state GDP. That aspect about state economy, you will have to go through this. Fine. So this is the fifth topic, economy. Sixth is general science. They have very well specified what they are going to ask in general science in prelims. It's physics, chemistry, botany, zoology and hygiene. Okay, physics, chemistry, botany, zoology and hygiene. So they are going to focus on these topics in science. And lastly, you have the aptitude and numerical test, in which you will have the aptitude as well as the numerical ability. So now if you look at the syllabus, okay, the first six topics, you will be having something like 80 to 85 MCQs. Okay, 80 to 85 MCQs, because the aptitude questions will vary from 15 to 20. Fine. So if you are going to have 80 to 85 MCQs, and let's say you have 85 MCQs over here and 15 MCQs for aptitude test. In that scenario, for 15 aptitude questions, you'll have to literally devote 15 to 20 minutes, because aptitude questions, they are going to consume your time. You'll have to think and answer. In that case, the rest of the 85 MCQs would be allotted only 40 minutes of your exam time. Okay, because 15 to 20 minutes would be consumed by this 7 point. Okay, let me remind you, 60 minutes, 100 MCQs. So out of which 20 minutes would be consumed by the aptitude part. So in 40 minutes, you will have to literally go for 80 to 85 MCQs, 80 to 85 MCQs. Is there any question? Okay. 80 to 85 MCQs, and okay, yeah, I'll come to that part. Someone is asking about the material and everything. I'll come to that part. Okay, so yeah, coming back to this, 80 to 85 MCQs in 40 minutes. Okay, 80 to 85 MCQs in 40 minutes. Now you understand why I'm emphasizing on speed and accuracy. Okay, speed and accuracy. So what is it that is required? Quick revision, lots of factual data to be revised again and again and again and again. Okay, so revision is very important for this exam, because when you revise again and again and again in the exam, when you go just get the question, it immediately hits you, okay, this is the answer. So you have to search for the answer in the options. Okay, that becomes easy and your time is saved. Okay, so this part is very important for you to understand, that for this 6 topics, you are going to allot something like 40 minutes, and for this aptitude numerical you will allot something like 20 minutes. Okay, so that is the differentiation. So this is about prelims. I hope I am clear that what you are going to expect in this exam. So this is about prelims. So marks allotted 15, history 15 to 10, geography 15, 10, it varies. Okay, economy 15, science 15, aptitude would be from 15 to 20 as I told you, and polity it can be 15 or 10. So these are the different marks which are allotted to these 7 topics. Okay, current affairs, history, geography, economy, general science, aptitude and arithmetic, and polity. So this is about prelims. Now, you have appeared for the prelims exam, you have scored certain marks, and if your marks are above the cutoff, you will be going for the mains exam. So this is just uh, the cutoff for Group B and Group C, which I have taken from 2024 result, Group B and Group C. Okay, what were the different cutoffs? So if you look at the cutoff, Group B 62.5, females 59.25, that is for general. Then you have for OBC, SC, ST, SBC. Okay, you have cutoff for different categories with respect to gender, male, general or females, and also with respect to the sports category persons, candidates from those respective categories. Okay, so this is for Group B and this is for Group C. Okay, Group B and Group C. So as you can see, there is a 30% reservation. Okay, the females, they have got a separate cutoff. Why? Because in each category, no matter if you are a general female candidate, OBC female candidate, SC female candidate, ST female candidate, okay, SBC female candidate, for each category, excuse me, for each category, there is a 30% reservation for females. That means only females will be selected for those seats. Okay, so females make the best use of it. MPSC provides, it's not like UPSC, but MPSC over here, it provides 30% reservation for females irrespective of their category. Okay? So females, it's a golden opportunity. Please make the best use of it. That females का 30% जागा रिझर्वड आहेत, त्या कॅटेगरीमध्ये 30% जागा रिझर्वड आहेत, तर या आरक्षणाचा फिमेल्सनी फायदा घ्यावा. Similarly for sports, if you are meritorious sports person, you have got a medal for Maharashtra in national games, definitely you will qualify under the sports quota. So those who are pursuing the sports, again, this is a very good career option. Okay, fine, along with your sports activities. Okay, so this is about prelims. We have understood the pattern, the syllabus, the topics on which they are going to ask questions in prelims, and what is the general cutoff, the idea about the cutoff. So if a person belonging to, suppose, let's say OBC general category gets a score of 63, that person has qualified the prelims, and now that person will move for mains. Okay, so you have the mains examination center section. Okay, after qualifying the prelims, where you will be having 2 papers, each paper for 200 marks. Now what are these papers? It's over here. The first paper is with respect to language, wherein there will be 50 questions based on Marathi and 50 questions based on English. 50 questions based on Marathi and 50 questions based on English. Now this line should not be there. Okay, this line, 50 questions based on in Marathi and 50 questions based on English. So these 50 questions carry 100 marks, these 50 questions carry 100 marks. So the first paper is for 200 marks. The first paper is for 200 marks. Okay, half marks for Marathi, half marks for English. Both are objective types. These both are objective types, and the time allotted for these 100 questions together is 1 hour. So these 100 questions will be having a time allotment of 1 hour. Again, 100 questions, 1 hour. Okay, in mains you have got 2 papers. First is the language paper, 100 questions, but over here each question carries 2 marks. So 100 questions, 200 marks. Again you have a negative, 1/4 negative, but over here 1 question carries 2 marks. So if 4 questions go wrong, 2 marks would be deducted. Okay, so in mains 4 questions go wrong, 2 marks are deducted. In prelims, 4 questions go wrong, 1 mark is deducted. Why is the difference? Because in prelims, 1 question carries 1 mark, and in mains, 1 question carries 2 marks. So the first paper is the language paper, wherein you will be having 100 marks of 50 questions. 50 questions, 100 marks for Marathi, and 50 questions, 100 marks for English. Okay, so 50 questions, 100 marks for Marathi and 50 questions, 100 marks for English. That is just one paper. Now, since I am emphasizing on MPSC English, MPSC in English medium, so the students who want to appear in English medium, they will be very much apprehensive about Marathi. मराठी भाषेबद्दल त्यांना जरा थोडंसं टेन्शन असणार आहे की अरे 50 मार्क मराठीचे आहेत 50, बट इट इज MCQ. इट इज ऑल MCQ. यू आर नॉट गोइंग टू राईट एनिथिंग इन मराठी. कुठेही आपल्याला मराठी भाषेमध्ये लिहायचं नाहीये, तुम्हाला MCQ आहेत, टिक मार्क करायचं. ओके, तर मी म्हणेन मराठीची भीती बाळगू नका. ओके, माय कलीग मिस्टर अजय घोडके सर, he will definitely be is in a much better position, and he will be speaking with you in this week about Marathi. But just to give you a fair idea, English medium students, do not worry about Marathi, because the grammar part of English and Marathi is one and the same. Whatever you study in English, noun, pronoun, adjective, adverb, simple, complex, compound sentence, similarly what you have there, you have the same thing in Marathi. Okay, so you have the naam, sarvanam, visheshan, kriya visheshan, all those things, they are the same similar thing what you have studied in English. So the rules and everything remain the same. Only thing is that when you read it, you will have to pick it up. Okay, apart from that, in Marathi you will have to go through something additional which is not there in English, that is sandhi, samas, some of these topics. Also you need to know what are the words which have been borrowed from other languages in Marathi. Okay, so a list of words which have been borrowed from other languages in Marathi, that part, additional part, you will have to know. Apart from that, Marathi is not difficult. Believe me, out of this 200 marks, students, they literally go for 150 plus marks. Okay, students have got these type of marks, 150 plus marks. Fine. So it's very easy to score in English and Marathi. It's a static topic. Okay, it's a static topic. The grammar is not going to change in 2026, neither it is going to change in 2050. It was also the same in 2000. So it is a very static topic. Do not be afraid about your language, English, Marathi. It is highly scoring. Okay, you'll have to be thorough with the grammar, as well as what we do in the class, we go through the PYQs and we make the students attempt those PYQs and make them thorough in the PYQs, because even if you solve last 15-20 years question papers with respect to English and Marathi, you get a very fair idea about what they are going to ask in the exam. Okay, your preparation becomes very much focused. Okay, so that is about the first paper. The second paper is General Studies and Intelligence Test. 100 questions, 200 marks. It is a degree level exam. Okay, 100 questions, 200 marks. It's a degree level exam. Okay, Marathi and English. Now this question paper is in both Marathi and English. First paper, Marathi part was asked in Marathi. Marathi language is Marathi madhe asar, and the English language questions would be only in English. Okay, second paper, which is a general studies question paper, the question will be in both the languages, Marathi and English. Here also you have got 100 questions for 200 marks. That means if one question goes wrong, 0.50 marks would be deducted, 1/4 negative. Okay, 1/4 negative. Now, so this is about the mains pattern as given by MPSC. Okay, combined mains, 2 papers, Marathi and English plus general studies. Fine. Only for PSI you will be having physical test 100 marks and interview for 40 marks. That's only for PSI. Okay, so moving ahead, this is the prelims part. Let's come to the mains part. So the mains part, this is what it is. I have told you the mains part. What is the syllabus for mains? What is the syllabus for mains? Okay, the Marathi part, see the syllabus is in English, but it's just for the English medium students. I have delivered the syllabus in English, otherwise it would be also in Marathi. Same thing, common vocabulary, sentence structure, grammar, idioms and phrases, There are meanings and usage and comprehension based questions. The syllabus for Marathi and English is the same. Only thing is that Marathi, it will be hardcore in Marathi. The questions would be in Marathi. English questions would be only in English. This is the syllabus. The syllabus is the same. Common vocabulary, sentence structure, the grammar part, use of idioms and phrases, their meanings, and comprehension. A passage would be given and questions would be asked on that passage. For English and Marathi, the syllabus is the same. Okay, that is first paper, 50 questions with respect to Marathi, 50 questions with respect to English, and the marks would be 100 marks for Marathi and 100 marks for English. So total first paper is 200 marks. Next, what you have is GS. The second paper is GS. What is the syllabus of GS? What is the syllabus of GS? Okay. General intelligence and reasoning. Okay, same thing. You had the aptitude over there. Here also you have aptitude at a little bit depth. Okay, aptitude ahead. Fine. Then you have current affairs, arithmetics and statistics. Now over here there is an addition. These three you also had for prelims. Over here you have an addition. You have the Right to Information Act 2005 and Maharashtra Public Service Rights Act 2015. These two acts you will have to study separately for mains. MCQ. Okay, pattern is the same, it is objective. Okay, then next you have is polity, all about Indian polity, but over here they have defined the syllabus. Okay, they have defined the syllabus, that how was the constitution framed and its preamble, salient features, important articles, center-state relation, union and state structure, fundamental rights, duties, DPSP, education, uniform civil code, judiciary, the chief minister, the Maharashtra state legislatures. Okay, so everything has been mentioned over here. This is about polity. Okay, we also had polity for prelims and you also have polity for mains. Okay, then history, modern Indian history. Again, even in mains, the history begins from modern Indian history. You did not go through the ancient and medieval part. Okay, so modern Indian history with special reference to Maharashtra's social and economic awakening, contributions of important personalities. Okay, the social reformers, there are newspapers, there are organizations, everything, whatever you learn in history, it's over here. Okay, history again is a very simple subject. It will be dealt to you by Akshay Shinde sir. Okay, he will be dealing it in a much better way. That's his forte. Geography of India and Maharashtra. Okay, here you have a defined syllabus, and one additional thing you need to observe over here is that within geography they have also included environment. Within geography they have also included environment. Okay, that is very important for you to know that over here in mains you also have environment. So with respect to geography, it's the same thing. You have the physical features. Okay, you have the climate, fine. Then the landforms, the political and administrative division, natural resources, forest, minerals, human and social geography is also there with respect to population, migration. Is the same thing what you had in prelims. Only thing is it is emphasized over here. Okay, but apart from that, in geography you'll also have questions with respect to environment. So everything about the environment, the pollution, the measures taken to combat the pollution, the climate change, and what measures we are taking. Okay, so whatever the environment problems you are going to study, as well as what measures the government, the state has taken to combat these problems, also that you have to study. And mind you, the measures can be at the local level, the state level, the national level, or even at the international level. Okay, with respect to climate change, you have international level measures being taken by the UNFCCC, so that you have to study over here. Next topic, which is there for prelims as well as mains, general science. Okay, general science and technology. So what do you have over here? The same thing you had for prelims. These four aspects you had for prelims: physics, chemistry, botany, zoology. Addition is with respect to technology over here. Remote sensing, aerial and drone photography, geographic information system and its applications, information and communication technology, ICT. So they have included technology aspect, but technology with respect to only three topics. One is remote sensing, one is GIS, and one is ICT. Okay, So remote sensing is very important now. Why is remote sensing important? Because now everything is done remotely. Even if you want to know what is growing on which part of land, okay, it is remotely sensed, it is remotely photographed, okay, drones by drones, and that is the actual data which is used by the government. Fine. So everything is done remotely, therefore you need to know this remote sensing, aerial and drone photography, the basics of it, because these are included in administration now. Geographic information system, very important. You have got a huge variety of data, multiple variates in geography. So all this data with respect to economy, the geography, the rainfall, it has to be kept somewhere, it has to be analyzed somewhere, and that work is done by GIS. And lastly, everybody should know computers, so ICT, the basics of ICT. Okay, that is about general science. The ninth topic you have over here is with respect to the last topic is economy. The ninth and the last topic is economy. Now, economy over here is divided into two parts. Okay, economy over here is divided into two parts. One is macroeconomics, एक म्हणजे macroeconomics, and दूसरं जे आहे is the Indian economy. Okay, so you have macroeconomics and Indian economy. So economy, with respect to economy, there are two aspects, perspectives. Macroeconomics, and if you look at it, okay, if you analyze, you have a topic known as public finance over here in macroeconomics. You also have international trade over here in macroeconomics, and in Indian economy also you have public finance, okay, and you have international trade. So you have public finance and international trade both in Indian economy as well as in macroeconomics. So what is the difference? What is the difference between the two? What is the difference in macro, studying this topic in macroeconomics and studying this topic in Indian economy? See, understand one thing. In macroeconomics, you just learn the principles of the subject without any reference to a particular country. So purely the principles of the subject you learn in macroeconomics, MICS, economics. And when you say Indian economy, MY, Indian economy, it means when these principles are applied to India, what is the current position of India? Okay, so that is Indian economy. So you have got two parts in economics. One is the purely theoretical part, no reference to any country, and second, what you have is purely Indian economy, wherein whatever you study in macroeconomics, those principles are applied to a country, and you understand the situation in India, you analyze the situation in India with respect to everything there. Cooperation, monitoring, financial sector, public finance, industry, infrastructure development, economy of Maharashtra. This part is very important. Economy of Maharashtra. Okay. So now, this is about the syllabus, prelims as well as mains. Now, what do you have with respect to PSI? With respect to PSI, you have two additional stages. The third stage is physical test, and the fourth stage is interview, which carries 40 marks. Okay, these are two additional stages for PSI. So third stage is physical test, 100 marks, and fourth stage is interview. What do you have in physical test? जास्त काही नाही, चार गोष्टी असतात फिजिकल टेस्ट मध्ये. You have shot put, you have running, you have pull-ups, and you have long jump. Shot put, running, pull-ups, and long jump. That is what you have in physical test for males. For females, pull-ups is no, you don't have pull-ups, only you have shot put, running, and long jump for females. Physical test is qualifying in nature. You just have to qualify. Once you qualify, you go for the interview. Then you appear for the interview, which is for 40 marks. The final merit for PSI would be based on the mains marks and the interview marks. Okay, the final merit for PSI would be based on mains marks and the the mains marks and the interview. So mains 200 marks and the interview 40 marks. That will decide the fate of those aspirants who want to go for PSI. बाकी ह्याच्यासाठी एक्झामसाठी दोन स्टेजेस कोणत्या? प्रिलिम्स आणि मेन्स. सिलेक्शन जे असेल ते मेन्सवर असणार आहे. फॉर अदर एक्झाम्स, अदर पोस्ट, द सिलेक्शन वुड बी बेस्ड ऑन मेन्स एक्झाम, द स्कोर ऑफ द मेन्स एक्झाम. प्रिलिम्स फक्त क्वालिफाईंग असती. प्रिलिम्स क्वालिफाय करायची, कट ऑफच्या वर जायचं आणि पुढे जायचं. प्रिलिम्स विल गिव्ह यू द तिकीट फॉर द मेन्स. बाकी प्रिलिम्सचं काही महत्व नाही. एकदा मध्ये आल्यावर तुम्ही मेन्समध्ये किती स्कोर करताय, त्या 400 पैकी किती स्कोर करताय, दॅट विल डिसाइड युअर फेट विथ रिस्पेक्ट टू द अदर एक्झाम्स सच एज STI, SRIS. Okay, fine, where you have only prelims and mains as a selection criteria. With respect to PSI, your final selection would be based on the 200 marks mains and the 40 marks interview. 40 marks interview. Fine. Now, so just a summation of whatever we have understood. Okay. The different stages for STI, ASO, SR. Now these are Group B stages, and even for Group C, whether it's excise sub inspector, fine, for those posts under Group C, except for the tax assistant and the clerical type post, you have only two stages. Prelims, common for everybody, 100 marks. Mains, 400 marks. But only for PSI, you will be having 100 marks physical test, which is qualifying. You just have to qualify, that means score 60 plus and leave it. And for PSI, you will be having interview, which is not there for other posts. It is not there for other posts. Okay, so this is the general pattern and the syllabus of the exam. Now coming to the age limit. Age limit is different for different posts. PSI साठी वेगळे, बाकीच्या पोस्ट साठी सेम आहे. For PSI, because PSI has to be very energetic, young, has to run on the field. Therefore, for PSI, the maximum age limit is 31, and with respect to other categories, it has been extended to 34 and 36. Okay, that is PSI. For other posts, the age group is maximum 38 for general, 43 for backward class orphan, and for ex-servicemen or distinguished sports person, it is 45. Okay, that is the maximum. Minimum for everybody is 19. Okay, that is the age group. That is the age group. Okay, other qualification, these are very general qualification. Indian citizen असायलाच पाहिजे. Knowledge of Marathi language पाहिजे. Okay. See, knowledge of Marathi language, it means till 10th standard, if you have Marathi, you don't have to worry about anything. But those who are from CBSE background, they did not have Marathi. Okay, there is a way out. So students kindly, for such things, okay, kindly fill in the Google form. Kindly fill in the Google form. Okay, we will be delivering lots of other material also to you. If you want the syllabus in English, kindly fill in the Google form. Also, we have the Telegram channel wherein everything is posted over there in English. So you can also join the Telegram channel. I'll give you the link and the name of the channel. Okay, so even if those students who did not have Marathi till 10th standard, CBSE students, okay, need not worry. There is a way out. Okay, so you should be graduate in any stream. That is the other qualification. Physical qualification for PSI. Males, height 165 centimeter, females is 157. Other qualification for males is chest without expanding should be 79 and chest with expanding should be minimum 84. That means minimum 5 centimeter expansion should be made by the lungs or the chest of the candidate, male candidate. Female साठी असं काही नाहीये. Female साठी फक्त हाईटचा क्रायटेरिया आहे. मिनिमम एवढी हाईट पाहिजेच. Otherwise you won't be eligible for PSI exam. Okay, so these are the general other this thing. Now, this was the introductory lecture. Okay, this was the introductory lecture for the combined. But coming next, throughout this week, we have live lectures with respect to these topics. Maths and reasoning, very, very important topic. In case you want to score good marks and get qualified, maths and reasoning is very important topic. Ajit Chahal sir would be dealing with it. Marathi, Ajay Godke sir, as I told you, he will be delivering Marathi to you, keeping in mind that you will be from English medium background students. Okay, you are English medium background students. So Marathi would be delivered to you in a special way. Then for polity, we have Akshay Shinde sir, and I will be dealing with economics as well as I will be dealing with the part of geography. Okay, so with respect to economics, you'll be having my session on 20th February. This is the schedule for this week. Okay, kindly note it down. The link remains the same, the YouTube channel remains the same, this is the same platform. Also, you can also join these Telegram channels and the Instagram handles. Okay, it's provided over here. So in case for further updates, or if you want the syllabus in English, kindly fill up the Google form. Now, very important part, a very important part. Okay, many of the students who have done their schooling in English, okay, they come to me and ask that, sir, is it possible इंग्लिश मीडियममध्ये होऊ शकतं का? ओके, इंग्लिश मीडियममध्ये अभ्यास किंवा इंग्लिशमध्ये होऊ शकतो का? होऊ शकतो. आणि एक बेसिक हे अशा मुलांना मी एक बेसिक गोष्ट सांगेल की MPSC जर का स्वतः, if MPSC itself is posing the questions in two languages, Marathi and English, MPSC is not doing any biasness towards the language. MPSC ला काही घेणं देणं नाही, तुम्ही इंग्लिशमध्ये वाचताय का मराठीत वाचताय क्वेश्चन, मग तुम्ही आणि मी काय एवढं प्रिज्युडिस ठेवायची? वाय शुड बी जज? ओके, why should we be afraid? Because MPSC itself is giving a level playing platform for Marathi medium students and English medium students both. Okay, so this is a golden opportunity for English medium students. Especially, I would say this is a very big opportunity for females. Again, I'm gonna tell you that for females, MPSC has got a reservation of 30% in the respective categories. Females make the best use of it. Okay, so it is possible. आता एक महत्त्वाची बाब म्हणजे काय, हा अख्खा सिलेबस किंवा अख्खी पॅटर्न आहे ना ऑब्जेक्टिव्ह आहे, MCQ. यू नीड नॉट राईट एनिवेअर. ओके, काही मुलं येतात, सर आमचं हँडरायटिंग नीट नाही, हे नीट नाही, ते नीट नाही, असं नाही. डोंट वरी, दिस इज अन MCQ पॅटर्न बेस्ड एक्झाम. ही एक्झाम MCQ पॅटर्नवर आहे. तुम्हाला क्वेश्चन पेपरवरचं क्वेश्चन बघून OMR शीटवर तिथं त्या रिस्पेक्टिव्ह क्वेश्चनला टिकमार्क करायचा आहे. ओके, त्यामुळे अजिबात टेन्शन घेऊ नका. एक्झाम सोपी आहे. एक वर्ष तुम्ही व्यवस्थित अभ्यास केला, ओके, किंवा 4-6 महिने जरी एकदम खूप मस्तपैकी अभ्यास केला, तर डेफिनेटली यू कॅन क्रॅक दिस एक्झाम. डेफिनेटली यू कॅन क्रॅक दिस एक्झाम. लिमिटेड सिलेबस आहे, ऑब्जेक्टिव्ह आहे. ओके, आणि 2च टप्पे आहेत, प्रिलिम्स अँड मेन्स फॉर मोस्ट ऑफ द पोस्ट. PSI साठी फक्त फिजिकल आणि 40 मार्काचा इंटरव्ह्यू असतो. त्याची तयारी पण कशी करायची असते ते पण आपण क्लासमध्ये सांगतो. ओके, सो डोंट वरी अबाउट इट. वी स्पेशलाइज इन डिलिव्हरिंग इन इंग्लिश. आपल्याकडे इंग्लिश आणि मराठी दोन्ही बॅचेस आहेत, बट SuPrabha as such we specialize in delivering the MPSC content in English. So don't worry about it. You'll get everything in English. Just kindly fill up the Google forms. Okay, kindly fill up the Google forms. Okay, we have devised a pattern of keeping the students focused on that respective exam, because every exam has got a different approach altogether. तुम्ही जर का प्रत्येक एक्झाम घेतली, समजा UPSC घेतली, MPSC राज्यसेवा घेतली किंवा कंबाईन घेतली, या तिन्हीमध्ये इकॉनॉमीमध्ये ना नॅशनल इन्कम नावाचा टॉपिक आहे, तिन्हीमध्ये आहे. पण आपण जेव्हा कंबाईनसाठी करत असतो ना, तेव्हा नॅशनल इन्कम फक्त कंबाईनच्याच पर्स्पेक्टिव्हनी केला पाहिजे. कंबाईन काय, MCQs. सो MCQला काय क्वेश्चन येऊ शकतात, त्या पर्स्पेक्टिव्हनीच नॅशनल इन्कम संपवायला पाहिजे. UPSC वुड बी एनालिटिकल, राज्यसेवा वुड बी एनालिटिकल, कारण तिथं सब्जेक्टिव्ह क्वेश्चन्स आहेत. पण इथं ऑब्जेक्टिव्ह आहेत ना, मग एवढं सगळं करण्याची गरज नाहीये. यू हॅव टू स्टे फोकस्ड, अँड दॅट इज व्हेरी इम्पॉर्टंट फॉर यू स्टुडंट्स. तुम्ही फोकस राहायला पाहिजे त्या एक्झामला. कोणतीही एक्झाम देत असाल, तुम्ही 10वीची एक्झाम देत असाल तरी तुम्ही 10वीच्या एक्झामच्या पॅटर्नवर फोकस राहायला पाहिजे. 12वीची येत आहे तर 12वीच्या पॅटर्नवर फोकस राहायला पाहिजे. तसंच इथं कंबाईनची एक्झाम जर का द्यायची असेल ना, तर कंबाईनच्या पॅटर्नवर फोकस राहायला पाहिजे. अँड दॅट इज व्हॉट वी प्रिसाइजली डू इन द क्लास. वी कीप द स्टुडंट्स फोकस्ड ऑन द एक्झाम, नॉट ऑन द सिलेबस. सी, दीज आर 2 डिफरंट थिंग्स. या 2 गोष्टी खूप वेगळ्या आहेत. ओके, दॅट यू आर फोकस्ड ऑन द सिलेबस ऑर यू आर फोकस्ड ऑन द एक्झाम. ओके, सिलेबस वास्ट होऊ शकतो, कारण सिलेबसमध्ये त्यांनी फक्त मॅक्रो इकॉनॉमिक्स दिलं, पण मॅक्रो इकॉनॉमिक्सवर PhD होऊ शकते, MA होऊ शकतं. नेटची एक्झामसाठी पण मॅक्रो इकॉनॉमिक्स किती महत्त्वाचं आहे. तेवढं इकॉनॉमिक्स करायचं का आपल्याला? नाही. आपण कंबाईनच्या एक्झामला होतो, तर जे लिमिटेड आहे तेवढंच घ्यायचं आणि पुढे निघून जायचं. Okay, we want to get a post in hand. Fine, that's the reason we say that combined Group B, Group C exam is a little bit easy type of exam. Hard work आहे, there is no substitute to hard work. Easy म्हणलं की hard work नाही असं नाही, but definitely there is a set pattern. If you follow it, if you stay focused, if you and get a good guidance, you can crack the exam at one go. पहिल्या अटेम्प्ट मध्ये तुम्ही ही एक्झाम क्रॅक करू शकता, अशी ही एक्झाम आहे. Okay, so those who are graduates or undergraduates pursuing, don't waste time, immediately start preparing for this. Okay, as we all know that now with respect to technology moving into all sectors, in many sectors you are going to lose jobs अक्षरशः कमी होणार आहेत बऱ्याच सेक्टर्समध्ये, IT मध्ये इथं तिथं सगळीकडे कमी होणार आहेत जॉब्स. बट गव्हर्नमेंट सेक्टरमध्ये जॉब्स वाढणार आहेत, लागणार आहेत गव्हर्नमेंट सेक्टरला जॉब्स. ओके, पॉप्युलेशन वाढतंय, तेवढं पॉप्युलेशनला मॅनेज करण्यासाठी नंबर ऑफ डिव्हिजन्स आर गोइंग टू बी मोर अँड नंबर ऑफ ऑफिसर्स आर गोइंग टू बी मोर. ओके, सो go for it, go for the government exams. Okay, come here, prepare, get a post. हाँ 5-10 वर्षांनी वाटलं गव्हर्नमेंट सर्व्हिस मध्ये नाही करायची, then you can definitely switch to private. Definitely, this experience counts. Okay, but what we are seeing around us, that because of AI and all those technology, okay, the number of jobs are reducing day by day. Fine, the number of jobs are reducing day by day, and that's the reason most of the students, they favor government jobs. Okay, government jobs which are very stable, they give you a steady income, they are stable, and they set up your career at a basic level or at a middle income level. They definitely set up your career. Fine, so this is all from SuPrabha Academy. Don't forget to fill up the Google form which is attached to this. The link is provided on YouTube. Okay, and please feel free to contact on the given number, or you can stay connected with us through any of this. You have got the email, you can have the Instagram handle, the Telegram channel, the YouTube channel, and also you can contact us. Okay, so please make a note of this, or you can take a screenshot of this. Okay, go for the screenshot of this so that you have these contact IDs with us. No matter what difficulty you have, please contact us. We are there to help you out. Fine, so that would be all from my side. In case of any query, please feel free to contact on the given number. Stay tuned this week for the lecture series. Okay, for this lecture series, just stay tuned this week, wherein each faculty would deliver. Now it's a live lecture, it's not a demo, it's somewhat a live lecture where we'll be delivering the syllabus. Okay, and also we'll be starting with some concepts, some part of the syllabus. Okay, so these are the live lectures, they are free. First week is free. Okay, fine. So this is the second batch we have launched. First was on 16 January. This is the second batch. Okay, next from this week itself we are going for live lectures. Fine, so that's all from my side. Thank you everybody. Stay tuned for these lectures in this week itself. Thank you.